It's Fantastic Comics, and it's Tuesday night.
So over here we have Batman 712. It's the third part in the Two-Face storyline, and it is action-packed awesomeness at its finest. Tony Daniel is the writer, and Steve Scott does the art, who I have no idea who that is, but it's really well done. On this same rack,
Wait, which one was
that was Batman 712.
Oh yeah, Steve Scott.
On this same shelf, we have Batman Gates of Gotham 3, which is still really great. 1 and 2, 3 is just as good. Well written. A lot of interesting story about Gotham City. Just very, very awesome and beautiful artwork. Daredevil #1 is right here, but I think I'm going to wait for Yule to tell you more about that.
Sure.
Go ahead, Yule.
Paulo Rivera is the artist. Anyway, Mark Waid writes it. I haven't read it yet. Just came out.
Mark Waid is Irredeemable and Incorruptible, which are two great titles. He's Irredeemable and Incorruptible. He writes those titles, and they're really great.
So, also, if you've been reading Green Lantern, this is the aftermath. And who doesn't love an aftermath? And then continuing on, we've got Fear Itself by Matt Fraction, Iron Man, the Fear Itself story, which is done by Matt Fraction. This one's really good. It features a lot of Pepper Potts, and Pepper Potts.
Over here, we have Wonder Woman and the Furies, book 2 of 3 for Flashpoint. My problem with book 1 was it didn't move the story along. I didn't feel like the pacing was well done. Everything that was wrong with #1, #2 fixes. The story moves along. It's fast-paced. It tells a lot of the background that I felt was missed in book 1, and it's really excellent. So I highly recommend picking it up.
Nice. Metal Men. If you bought Doom Patrol, then you probably bought it for the fact that Keith Giffen and Kevin McGuire did it. And it's got the Metal Men, and they're awfully funny. Anyhow, that one's a really good one. I highly recommend that. Also, DC right now is doing a little event where they're having 70s comics represented by Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, by some of the creators that were actually around doing the comics at that time. Len Wein doing Batman, Carrie Bates doing Flash, Denny O'Neil writing Wonder Woman. Of course, some of the creators aren't with us anymore, so they got the next best thing. Sergio Aragonés has a new book coming out from Bongo, and it's all new material, and who doesn't love Sergio Aragonés? And lastly, I'm going to pick Uncanny X-Men. It's Greg Land's doing the art, and it continues the Fear Itself story. And do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, how could a week go by without me mentioning Nick Spencer? Because he writes at least something a week. Thunder Agents #9, still same great writing, great story, and it's awesome. Lock and Key starts a new storyline here, Clockworks. So, and he looks a lot like Martha Stewart. And last but not least, down here we have
Better pick a good one.
DMZ. The last storyline starts here, and for the series end. So if you're a DMZ fan, if you've been reading in trades, now's a good time to pick up this issues, because this is the last one, or not the last issue, but the last storyline to end the series. So there you go. So let's go over the trades.
So also, tomorrow, or today, the comic book Overstreet Price Guide comes out. Everybody once a year comes into a comic store and wants to know how much something costs. This is the book for it. It also has articles and advertisements for comic stores all across the country. Also, you should really think about getting Grant Morrison's Super Gods. It's part history of comics, part autobiographical craziness. And it's got a lot of mentions of your favorite writers and artists.
You know, Blackest Night, Black Lantern Corps,
Trade paperback. for the
Volume
first
1
time.
and 2, first time in paperback. So if you've been remiss or been, you didn't want to pick up the hardcovers because they were too expensive, now they're in paperback.
Oh, and one last one. Check out the Marvel Point Ones. This was supposed to be a big jumping on time for new readers. So, rather than start over with brand new number ones like they're so apt to do. But anyway, Point One. Get the point? Get the point? If you're not going to San Diego Comic Con, you should come to Fantastic Comics Not a Con, where we'll have local artists signing and selling their wares. And we're going to have a cosplay costume contest where you can get a discount just for showing up in costume. And we're going to have a raffle for the winner. You should come on down. It's from 2 to 7 on Saturday. And it's a good way to spend your time. And it's fantastic.
Remember, new comics every Wednesday.